We will create wealth. We will turn Nigeria hand. It will be our Eldorado. God bless you.
To start the real campaign, which will mean looking ahead at the 2023 presidential election. That is when a lot of issues will be coming up. A lot of other aspirants from 17 other political parties will also be on stage. There will also be debates organized. There will also be seminars, question and answer session for all the candidates of the 18 political parties ahead of the election. I'm sure Nigerians will also need the opportunity to talk to this candidate, to also question this candidate, ask questions, and meet this candidate who will be able to sell their party, sell the manifesto of their political parties. And we will get to hear a lot from these political parties as the days go by. So that seems to be the grand finale, so to speak, of this program today. Even as we are about to draw the curtain, it's about the end of proceedings. 3 days of intensive politicking inside the Eagle Square as delegates, over 2,000 of them, elect their presidential flag bearer in Abuja. That's much we can take from CitizenFM 93.7. It's been 3 days of monitoring the situation in and around Abuja, and also 24 hours of live transmission from activities in the Eagle Square. My name is Lawrence Omoite. Stay tuned to Citizen FM 93.7 as we return to our regular programming. Thank you for being part of this program. And also on behalf of my colleagues, Kemi Ashekun and Abubakar Yakubu, and also the engineering crew and other members of staff of Citizen FM 93.7, I say thank you for staying tuned with us, and thank you for being part of the live transmission. Have a beautiful day ahead as we return to our normal programming. My name is Lawrence.
My problem and my joy is your joy. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Shiki, shiki, CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Sonia, Akazu Sonia. No ya belenya onye na-emenya chetechi maka nenu wa baya enu wa onye zolo nkenyo na nenu wa ni no n'ime uwa chukwu kele chonye mma ka ndị mmadụ ji abalụ
We are not going to be with you. Before I want to tell you, they walk on it and we all.
You lose your Nakoto, you book it. He got one Nakoto, not be back in Naboko.
straight iwe juba n'obi ọzọ onye agbari moto onye ọkụ kedu ka ije si jee obi ọzọ wee kwaba alele na m butere moto ka ọ gbalị m ọkụ mana ebe Jizọs ka m butere ka ọ gbalị m ọkụ ọrọbe Jizọs wo gba moto niile ọkụ ebe nụma nna na ga-akwụ m ụgwọ moto m magistrate wee jụọ n'obi ọzọ ikpesigo yes magistrate wee jụba okwu dịrị guilty or not guilty okwu dịrị weza na mmadụ no guilty chacha magistrate ibe ka nna agba ọkụ onye bute moto na mma agbanye ọkụ onye bute wibaro na mma agbanye ọkụ ibute oche igwe na mma agbanye ọkụ ibute ndụrụ ọnụgo na mma agbanye ọkụ ndị be anyị ọkụ ka m na-agba ebe m oke nnọbe m obi ọzọ wee buli moto nye bịa buteli m moto wee sị m gbaala nye ọkụ mgbasiala nye moto ọkụ obi ọzọ wee kpọrọ polisi wee bịa otu negosi wee mee magistrate wee bizie ikpe ya gwara okwu dịrị nnaba na ịba mara ya ebe ọ bụ n'ọbụ ibe ka ị na-agba ọkụ n'ọbụ ibe ka ị na-agba ọkụ onye bute moto na ị ga-agbanye ọkụ onye bute wibaro na ị ga-agbanye ọkụ ibute oche igwe na ị ga-agbanye ọkụ ndị be anyị ọkụkọ na-agba otu dịka okwu dịrị si bebu obi ọzọ wekwala lele na obi ọzọ na-aga n'ezi adịrị obi ọzọ na-agwa abụ na nwere ego agbalị m ụlọ ya bịa abụ na nwere ego agbalị m ụlọ ya bịa a na-agba aka chụ ibe na-atalụ adịrị nwoke na-akwala olise nwoke kibe ego enugbo nwoke kibe ego nwoke kibe ego nwoke kibe ego ewere ngede n'ebe mara nwoke ego nwoke kibe ego nwoke kibe ego nwoke kibe ego ewere ngede n'ebe mara nwoke ego
what we are faced with right now is something that is not difficult for us to do if we have the resolve to do it. Now, I just want to remind us of the fact that the Nigerian military is one of the best around the world. Now, they cannot accept their directive.
Hey, you boys!
I'd like to see
One for each of the aspirants, so you can indicate by raising up your hand. That's the first hand I've seen. Who's joining him? Okay, second one. Quickly approach the stage here. While that is being done, quickly come and indeed take the mic. Mrs. Ruby Isaac Chinenye, a presidential aspirant under the YPP, is joined by Prince Malik Ado Ibrahim. Both are aspiring to pick the ticket of this party, one of the two registered in Nigeria. The ultimate prize is to run against the other candidates. We know some of them already. Bola Metin were mentioned a few while ago as the APC candidate. We know that of the PDP and so many other parties have a little time to really indeed pick their candidates. Who are you directing your question to? Okay, quickly your name and your quick question, please.
YPP. I'm Dr. John. I'm the chairman of Young Progressives Party in Ondo State. I want to base my question on the issue of economy, driving it so closely with the security. If you look at the percentage we have now, sir, of the indices, the economic indices that we have in the country, is not favorable. But most importantly is the fact that you cannot build a nation that is in chaos and still be believing that you want to build security. And I'm going to cite this instance. In the eastern part of the country, as we have, some weeks back, we had up to, I think, about 3-4 days of sit at home. Now, when you become the president, how do you intend to unite a fractured nation like Nigeria in a way that will be able to build the economy for the survival of our people? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We get a response. The mic is before you.
If I understood your question right, sir, the question revolves around what's happening in the east of this country and how you revive the economy of this country.
And how you can unite the country.
Well, one of the most important things about trying to unite this country is to try to understand that we are in one of the most diverse countries in this world. There isn't a drug, a panacea for this to happen. But leadership, by taking that mantle of leadership, one needs to show that you are neither for one side or the other, but you're in for the federal character of this country. And in order to do that, you need to understand what's great about each segment of this country. If I take the East, for example, there's nobody in this room that will undoubtedly say that the industrialized part of Nigeria lies in the east of this country. By providing the enabling environment for the East to be the industrial capital of Nigeria and indeed West Africa, we will be able to show that by having wealth in one's pocket is one of the best ways to avoid people carrying a gun to injure or maim or kill his brother or his sister.
Here is that despite all the abundant resources we have in this country, we all know we have oil and gas, mineral resources, massive or even unlimited farmland for agriculture. We have human resources, we have experts, like you said you are building a train. We have so many experts like you that can invent so many things like that. Yet, the country is still faced with crippled economic, such as Naira devaluation always, inflation, deflation, and so many things like that. So all the two as presidential aspirants, my question is, how do you tend to utilize those resources in providing solution to all these economic problems we are facing in this country?
Okay, thank you so much. Mrs. Isaac Chinenye will take the question.
Thank you very much. Now, to answer that question, first of all, you do not build a house that is already in deficit. You can't build on deficit. The first thing Nigeria must seek to do is to come out of its deficit. I mean, it's not news to us how much we owe as a country, which definitely threatens the position of Nigeria as a state. So, we handle all matters of deficit and have it cleared. And then we can face our house. Like I said before, when massive industrialization takes place, I've said this, every state in Nigeria has resources. We have things we can develop, we have things, so we are going to need to move from a country that imports to a country that exports. Now, of course, talking about the security issue, once it is taken out of the way, farmers can get back to their farmland and people can have more than enough to eat and then have more than enough energy to also work and become productive. And the moment we move and emerge from a country that is dependent on every other country but ourselves, I tell you, we will be emerging as a nation with great industrialization, and we would have other nations depend on us for their own outputs. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that answer. What's the motivation that pushed you into going for Nigeria's presidency quickly?
Yes, my motivation is I see that this country is too blessed to be so impoverished. This country is too loaded, too endowed to be in this position where we are. I always say it, and I say it again. In fact, most times when I say it, I have tears dropping down my eyes. That I tell you, if we are to have the right leadership in Nigeria, as we seek to be, we would have nations like America envying us for who we are.
Do you have the experience to handle this task?
I do. I am a global leader. I run a global organization that has at least 10 countries to it. And of course, like I said initially, every leadership rises and falls on structure. I don't have to be there.
Do you understand the peculiar Nigerian environment from your global perspective?
I do.